Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 10 of our JAP225 trading journey using Strategy 1. Today was not simply about making profits. Today was a demonstration of discipline, patience, risk management, and unwavering commitment to the trading plan. Many traders believe success comes from predicting the market. Professional traders know the truth. Success comes from executing the strategy consistently, regardless of emotions. And today, that principle was proven once again. The session begins at 23:00 before the trading day officially began. The first setup appeared. As always, the midpoint was established. A buy stop was placed 100 pips above the midpoint, and a sell stop was placed 100 pips below it. The market moved downward. The short position was activated immediately, and the long order was removed. No hesitation, no second guessing, just strict execution. The trade moved beautifully in our favor, reaching a floating profit of 530 pips. According to the rules, the stop loss was advanced to secure 300 pips. Eventually, the market retraced and locked in that protected profit. Trade 1 delivered 300 pips. The day started strong, building momentum. At 35, another setup appeared. This time, the market chose the upside. The long position was triggered and the short order was canceled. The market accelerated higher and rewarded the trade with an impressive 600 pip gain. Just two trades into the session, the account was already sitting at 900 pips profit. This is the power of allowing the market to reveal its direction instead of trying to predict it, letting profits work. At 01:05, a short trade was triggered. The market moved smoothly in our favor and generated 320 pips of floating profit. The stop loss was adjusted to lock in 100 pips. Eventually, the market pulled back and secured those gains. Profit is profit. Professional traders understand that protecting capital and preserving gains is far more important than chasing every last pip. Running profit reached 1,000 pips. The first setback. At 01:20, a long position was activated. This time the market did not cooperate. The trade failed to gain momentum and hit the stop loss. A loss of 200 pips. And this is where many traders fail. One losing trade causes frustration. One losing trade causes emotional decisions. One losing trade causes traders to abandon their plan. Not here. Not with strategy number 1. The loss was accepted immediately because losses are part of the business. Just 10 minutes later, another opportunity appeared. The market activated the long position and quickly moved into profit. A floating gain of 410 pips allowed the stop loss to be advanced and secure 200 pips. The market later retraced and closed the trade at the protected level. The account returned to 1,000 pips profit, a perfect example of letting winners offset losers. Discipline creates consistency. At 02:50, another long setup was triggered. The market surged higher and produced 540 pips of floating profit. Risk management was applied once again. The stop loss was advanced to secure 300 pips. Eventually, the market retraced and closed the position. Another 300 pips banked. Running profit reached 1,1300 pips. At this stage, many traders would become overconfident, but the strategy remained unchanged. The next trade would be treated exactly the same as the first. The market fights back at 5:50. A long trade was activated. Initially, the trade moved in the expected direction. Then the market reversed. The stop loss was hit. Loss 200 pips. At 7:20, a short trade was activated. Again, the market moved favorably at first. Again, it reversed. Again, the stop loss was triggered. Another loss of 200 pips. Now we had 2 consecutive losing trades, and this is where the risk management system proved its value. The strategy clearly states, after 2 consecutive losses, trading must stop until the next full hour. No exceptions. No revenge trading. No emotional decisions. No attempts to win it back immediately. Trading was paused. This rule protects traders from difficult market conditions and preserves both capital and confidence. Returning with patience. At 9, trading resumed. A long trade was activated. The market moved into a modest 100 pip floating profit. The stop loss was adjusted to break even. Eventually, the trade closed with 0 profit and 0 loss. No gain, no loss, but capital remained protected. That is a victory in itself. Another challenge. At 11:05, a long position was triggered. The trade initially moved correctly, but later reversed and hit the stop loss. Loss, 200 pips. Running profit dropped to 700 pips. Many traders would focus only on what they lost. Professionals focus on what remains, and there was still plenty of profit left on the table. Recovery begins at 11:30. A short position was activated. The market rewarded patience. The trade generated 492 pips of floating profit. The stop loss was moved to secure 300 pips. Eventually, the position closed at that protected level. Profit, 300 pips. Running profit returned to 1,000 pips. The strategy was doing exactly what it was designed to do. One more obstacle at 15:05. Another long trade was activated. The market initially moved favorably, but later reversed. The stop loss was hit. Loss, 200 pips. Running profit declined to 800 pips, yet discipline remained unchanged. The next setup would receive the same treatment as every setup before it. Finishing strong at 17:30, the final trade of the day appeared. The market moved upward and activated the long position. The trade developed positively, and the stop loss was advanced to secure 200 pips of profit. Eventually, the market retraced and closed the position. Profit, 200 pips. Most importantly, this final trade recovered the losses from previous positions and restored the account to a 4-figure daily gain. And end of day lesson. Day 10 was not about perfect trading. It was about professional trading. There were winning trades. There were losing trades. There were break-even trades. There were periods of momentum and periods of frustration. But throughout the entire session, one thing never changed. The strategy was followed exactly as designed. No emotions, no guessing, no chasing, no revenge trading, only execution. And that execution produced a final result of plus 1,000 pips for the day. Remember this lesson. Great traders are not defined by how they handle winning trades. They are defined by how they handle losing trades. Today, discipline defeated emotion, risk management defeated uncertainty, and consistency produced results. Day 10 completed. JAP225. Strategy number 1. Final result plus 1,000 pips.